one of the best ways to start a church is to take people who are a part of a particular community and use them as the nucleus for the emerging of a church, and use their enthusiasm about Christ and their passion for the church to begin a ministry in Southern Indiana. And so that's what we did.
That's right.
It was really nice.
This is where it all started, right here.
I was here when it all started.
I was there in the beginning when we first heard the announcement that Pastor Cosby was going to come to Southern Indiana.
Because it was a great need for our community.
We were actually in church in Louisville, and it was great. We were excited because Pastor Cosby actually asked for 100 people to help plant the church.
We formed an evangelism team and went out into the community and knocked on doors.
And we were one of the volunteers, and we were excited about being a part of something huge, something big.
Clarksville High School was very kind to us.
We were so excited. We had welcome shirts on.
And I can remember that first Easter when we came here and we were so excited. There was so many cars out here.
So exciting because some of the very people we invited, we were walking up and we remembered them and we said hello to them and we were thrilled.
When we first started in Clarksville High School, I knew God was planning a place for us.
There was two sites, a church. Once you got off the expressway, that was a shut door.
I remember Pastor Cosby talking about some of the challenges.
Many people don't know how hard he worked to get this land to build this church.
I said, well, there's property behind Value City, and that was a shut door.
But we kept praying and pushing.
Absolutely a lot of prayer involved.
It involved a lot of prayer.
Praying for our pastor, praying for the leaders, praying for the 100 people who were planting this church.
I decided to trust God, to let go and let God, because wherever God guides, God will provide.
Being the God that he is, whispered into Pastor Cosby's ear and said, yes.
So unbeknownst to me was some property on Veterans Parkway. And so when that first clod of dirt was unearthed, it was just a reminder of how much God has for us that we don't experience in our lifetime simply because we put too many conditions on God.
When that ground broke and then seeing the process start taking place, it just started taking off from there, and it was amazing.
The Jeffersonville mayor, the people in Clarksville, everybody received us with open arms, and it was just so wonderful.
And I know God was all in the plan, all in the mix of it.
Just to see the ground, I couldn't imagine what the church was going to be looking like.
We stepped out on faith, secured the property, built the building.
Oh, the first service at this church was, I knew then that God had heard our prayers and answered our prayers.
The first day, it was just off the hook. It was just so many people there, so much excitement.
In 15 years, hearing all of Pastor Cosby's awesome messages have been fantastic, and we've grown.
St. Stephen, Southern Indiana is reaching out to the community. It's not just Clarksville, we're in New Albany, we're in Charlestown. It's so many members that they have touched now.
There's been tremendous growth in the community, and kids come for, the Sunday school, and kids come for vacation Bible study, and that may not even belong to the church. And so it's just awesome to reach out to them.
The church is growing, and we have so many plans.
When we dream the dreams that God gives us, we discover that there's no dream too extreme.
It just blows my mind from where we were then. It just blows my mind. I can't even imagine where St. Stephen's going to be 15 years from now.
You, the members of St. Stephen, Southern Indiana, responded to a dream that God put upon our hearts. And now that we are celebrating 15 years, we reflect on the goodness of God, but we also are anticipating that God shall yet do a greater work among us as we continue to trust Him and walk by faith. I want to thank all of you for the time, the talents, the treasures, and the thoughts that you have invested these 15 years to make St. Stephen Church a lighthouse in our community. Be blessed.
Happy Founders Day to everyone.
Happy 15th anniversary, St. Stephen.
Happy Founders Day.